I'm Vic Culp, a World's Athletics Level B course measurer. I've measured for over 30 years and have mapped over 200 courses for USATS certification. I measured the historic half course in 2023 and have run the race every year. We measure courses on the shortest possible route. For this race, if your GPS measures more than 13.12 miles, you didn't run what I measured. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. This comes into play under two conditions: turning onto a street and then leaving the street in the same direction. I measure a straight diagonal path. The second is a curvy, winding road. I pick a target, ride straight to it, and keep 1 foot from the edge of a curve. This is the 20-kilometer location on the course. My target is the sign at the next right turn. I can't go directly to that point, but I get pushed to the right, then a straight line. Notice that most of the people around me are well to my right. This is the security point on Gordon Shelton. The start is the furthest 2 lanes away from Wegmans. This is looking toward the start on Carl Silver. You want to be on Carl Silver between Gordon Shelton and the start. Otherwise, those on the wrong side of Carl Silver and in the Athletes Village will merge ahead of you. First mile has a left bend. Use the left turn lanes to shorten those bends. There is a slight right bend after Fall Hill. Then target the sign on the left to turn into the far lanes of Cowan. We found almost every hill in Fredericksburg. You won't notice the first one going over I-95 with a right bend. The second mile heads downhill with a left bend, then a right bend and another uphill stretch to the first fluid station. In the third mile, you will continue downhill into Westwood Village on a snaking road. A straight line from side to side will reduce your distance. Hidden in the subdivision is a significant uphill. Out of the subdivision, you're heading downhill on William Street with a bend to the right, followed by a left turn up and a right bend. The final downhill in the fourth mile is by the college, at the turn onto Sunken Road and the second fluid station. 6 miles are relatively flat. There are a few ups, but nothing to complain about. Fifth mile is on Sunken Road, with a left bend followed by a series of right and left turns. In the 6th mile, there is a right onto Kenmore Avenue, then a left onto William Street, and a left onto Washington Avenue, which bends left. The 7th mile starts with a downhill back to Kenmore Avenue level, then curves left and crosses the Canal Bridge. Pick a long target and run a straight line to a right bend, and the third fluid station is at the high school. This is the approximate halfway point. The next turn onto Fall Hill Avenue. Stay to the right and run parallel to the curb with the right bend. When you see the 7-mile sign, run directly at it, then stay right at the next turn. In the 8th mile on Prince Edward Street, the road is straight. Shoot for the center stripe at the top of the noticeable hill, as the next turn will be to the left. You will see a homemade halfway sign in this section. Left turn takes you through town. Shoot for the right of the next traffic light you see. After the right turn, shoot for the courthouse tower for the next left. There are 2 left turns onto Caroline Street where a food distribution station is located. Once past the 3rd set of traffic lights will be your target for the next turn, and you will be in the 9th mile. After the right turn, there is a left turn and it goes past the 4th fluid station. A right turn follows a left turn. Once back on Caroline Street, head to the Stay to the Right sign in the middle of the road as the road bends to the left, followed by a right to Old Mill Park. In the 10th mile, there is a left bend, followed by a right bend, then a left bend, then a right bend, then a left onto Fall Hill Avenue. There's a short section that was required to make up the distance. 11th mile, there is a bend to the left, followed by a right bend crossing the canal and around a traffic circle. Looking up is Fall Hill. This hill is steeper than the Hospital Hill. If you want to run it, the Blue Gray Half Marathon in December uses it. You'll pass the 5th fluid station before turning right onto Hospital Hill. The bottom section is the steepest, with a 12% grade before reaching the 11-mile mark. Stay toward the center line as the road bends left. At the top of the hill, there is a roundabout. You're in the 12th mile and reach the last fluid station when turning onto Cowan. Bends left, heads downhill to Smith Run, then bends right. Now into the 13th mile, it's the hill that was not advertised to get up from Smith Run and over I-95. Be prepared for this unadvertised hill, as some say it's the most difficult one on the course. Over past the Carl Silver, there's a left bend crossing the 20-kilometer timing mats. From the mats, shoot for the direction sign at the next right. On Carl Silver, there is a slight left bend, then a severe right curve, and if the crowd lets you, hug the right curb to the finish. You may have noticed many bend right, bend left phrases in this overview. You can't remember them all. What you can remember is an upcoming right or left turn, then use your intuition to run a straight line to a focus point. I hope your race goes well. Follow me on my blog at slowoldrunner.com, where there is a link to this overview on YouTube.